Dublin Marley here, back again, playing more War on the Sea, playing the late Mediterranean campaign, 1943. I tried to invade this place, but I pulled back because it was going to go very, very badly. So now I'm just trying to kill the entire... Now I'm seeing if I can just kill their entire navy. Ooh, that might not make it. We'll see. They pretty much only have carriers and battleships left. This had way more troops than I expected on there. So now I'm just going to bring troops and supply to here. And build up a very large force, and then I'm going to invade there. Then I think the next place I invade is there, and so on down the line. But let's see if we can kill more ships. But they've got to be running out, like, really. Another one of those mystery ships. But I think one of the things that needs to happen, other than the command points need to be completely revised down, they need to really up the number of submarines in the game. Because subs will trigger their air force, and triggering their air force is what you need to do. So you put a bunch more subs in the game. Alright, another fake contact, it looks like. Or not. Let's just break this up, send this everywhere. I don't know why it wouldn't let me leave. But we'll figure that out. What's even crazier is, why is there a timer delay? Yet still no contacts. Nuts. I'm gonna let these guys get out a little bit farther. Alright. Well, too far. But yeah, with the patrol plane bug and no replacement planes coming, it's kind of it kind of loses its playability, like past the novelty of just killing the Axis ships. So the modder seems to be fixing problems. Which is good. But the patrol plane issue he can't probably fix. But you can definitely fix the airfields. That has to be fixed. Like Malta is not producing planes. So eventually I'm gonna run out of planes, which limits my ability to strategic bomb, which is probably one of the bigger issues there. I think it needs to, apparently when you make missions and task force, you can prioritize air cover. They don't do patrols like we do patrols. So what you need to do is have submarines and then prioritize air cover for said submarines. That will get you air contacts with fleets, so on and so forth, something like that. I am not an expert on modding or any of the game mechanics like coding, but I do know some of the people who do this, and they let me know kind of how this all works. Yeah, seems good for me. As I get longer in the game, I get lazier with air patrols. Morbidly curious if I can take this. So I just took Vichy, France, Marseilles with 30 troops. I don't know if you can have neutral troops. I would recommend making Marseilles an Axis base. I'm unsure if the Germans had an airfield there. But that would just be insanity if they didn't. Like, the Germans probably should have an airfield right here, and they probably have an airfield right here, and probably one right around this area, probably Marseilles, just to defend. And to be honest, they can range all of that. And to be honest, I'm sure they had airfields over here too. On this side. If you even want to get crazier with this mod, there is Italian East Africa. Kind of just looking for their fleets, the last of their ships. By the way, please like, subscribe, follow, friend, comment, all that fun stuff. Really helps me out. The rest and repair probably needs to be doubled or tripled. But I'm at 96 right now. I'm unsure how many they have, but I went over this last episode. And there's like maybe 3 or 4 destroyers left. A couple heavy cruisers. And then not much in the way of just battleships and carriers left. Which I'm kind of looking forward to seeing. Ooh, what do we got here? Target. I think one of the gameplay mechanics you're going to have to do is probably the weakest Italian destroyer and the weakest Italian or German destroyer. I would probably multiply them times 3 or 4, if not even more. I would try and add patrol boats and E-boats and all those things in here as well. That gives you a bunch of throwaway units where you can have just patrol. You can have patrol boats with just like one pop gun and some AA. And then like the German E-boats, make them really, really cheap and give them a ton. So you'll have to fight torpedo boat squadrons. This is probably a pretty good destroyer, actually. Wow, it just seems slow as hell. Was a nice destroyer. Sorry, Italy. Like the paint scheme. I kind of expect a bunch of sub attacks. Alright, which way do I turn? Let's go this way. And we'll send one guy this way. The crazy thing is I always turn into wherever the sub's at. Go North Carolina. I think I've been on that battleship in Wilmington, if I'm not mistaken, a long time ago. And then there's one in, I think, Mobile Bay. I've been on whatever ships were there, and some other places too. Seen the German sub at the Chicago Museum. Well, no subs. I'd be leaving. Well, crap. I'm kind of hoping I get to see like a mega group. Since there's not a lot left, I'm kind of hoping they go nuts. And I get to see like 3 or 4 battleships, a carrier, and then merchant ships. They actually did that in the last campaign. There'd be 2 battleships leading like merchant ships. So there's some other planes that have problems that he's fixing as well. I might go into the fight editor and just test out all the planes to see who's invincible and who isn't. looks pretty good. Shoot, man, shoot. You mean I can't take France with 30 troops from a submarine? Are you questioning my ability to invade Marseilles? I just play the game I'm given, man. I also have 30 people here. It's the problem is it's a game mechanic issue. The the guy who made the game wanted to kill Axis ships. He probably doesn't know tons about like how to make game mechanics work and balance issues. Like all this stuff right here should all be Axis. That makes the game. Yeah, I mean, they're super soldiers, man. Heck, I didn't even get special forces. I just went to the typing pool and had some clerks do it. Yes. And here's why the patrol bug issue is popping up. Patrols work when the game starts. As soon as I took any of these neutral ports, the game instantly stopped the patrol bug the next morning. So it has something to do with taking and seizing ports. That I think the computer. No, it's literally in core code. My guess is every day at 5 a.m. it runs through like a program cycle. Really? Did you lose planes? Like let's say Marcel's has 3 patrol planes, right? All right. That's weird. I heard you were testing I heard you were testing it out for him. Yeah. So I went like 2 weeks or a week with no patrols, and then when it comes back, the 3 planes that say Marcel's, I was doing like I would have 9 planes flying out. It was crazy. So every patrol that I made started back up. So I would have to go there and click and return them all to base to get it back to the correct number. I think it's just a real glitch in the game. Like, I hope that they fix all the issues with this game. And people are helping the guy out online, just reading the forums. But the gameplay in this is kind of unplayable. I am at, let's put it this way, I am at day 8, right? $97 dead. Let's go look at their navies. So here's Germany. Haven't sank a lot of U-boats, so there's still a lot here. So we won't do U-boats. Here is the... Here's the 1934. They have exactly one destroyer left of this class. They got the Z11. Yeah. I've pretty much killed. They got 2 of these destroyers left, which I'm actually amazed. All of the Gearings are dead. All the Admiral Hippers are dead. It gets worse. All of these cruisers are dead. This cruiser's dead. These are all dead. It's literally... It's basically a couple destroyers here and there. And battleships. And carriers. That's it. That's all they got left. And subs. And what's even crazier is... They're running... They're going to run out of those really quickly. Because... whenever they get their points to start their patrol missions up, it's just literally going to be like 2 battleships wandering around by themselves. It's playable just for the sheer enjoyment of killing things, but my Lancasters are invincible. The German... Not these... Not the Heinkels. It might be the Heinkels, though. Oh, no, it's Italian. Not those. Maybe this one? That's a heavy bomber. Not that one. Ah, this one right here. This dive bomber is invincible. You can't kill him. The Lancasters are invincible. I lost all my Spitfires to the invincible bombers. The cities aren't programmed right to give replacement aircraft. So, a couple cities will, but most cities don't. If you take a port, they never build aircraft, even if I have supply there. So there's issues with the game, for sure. And hopefully, as other people play the game that are more knowledgeable about coding and whatnot, they'll help him modify the code to fix a bunch of the easier problems. I only know game mechanics. Oh, and the German Air Force is the weirdest thing in the world. Like, they almost never show up, but when they do show up, it's everything. I'm just trolling my sub around. Don't mind me. And I can't go through there. I hate it. Alright, man. Have fun. Yeah, I can't go through this straight. It just doesn't let me. So my guess is it's unpassable terrain. The map, yeah. So the Strait of Messina is not open. I'm assuming it's called the Strait of Messina. I'm not actually sure. Yep. All right, man. Have fun. All right, back to this madness. Yeah, so they're running out of Navy for me to kill. It's kind of sad. But that just gives me time to prepare. And to save command points for the invasion. Ooh, something to kill. Man, 1600. Can you even get there? You can. All right, let's see what we got. Ah, one of the few, the proud, the dead Italians. I didn't look at the Italians, but I know they're running out too. They're all dead. This is actually this one guy. So they got one of these left. And they got one of this other class left. But the Italians are running out of ships quickly too. Like, to be honest, I'd probably just double all their destroyers. And then you're going to have to add the torpedo boats and the smaller boats into this mod. There's just no saving it. So the guy that was talking to me is testing out the newest version of the Indian Ocean mod, where the modder is taking away my cheats. So they're going to double the amount of time it takes for rest and repair, so you can't avoid the supply system. Joke's on him though. I'm still going to do it. It's still better than using your supply, especially in Abdicom. You have to rebuild those air bases. There's no way around that. All right. Another day, another dollar. We're also trying to figure out how to beat the that patrol plane bug. Which is sad because that's a really, it's a horrible bug. In fact, like, it is probably the worst thing in this game. Alright, seems right. Alright, I got 8,000 troops here now. Moving right along. That's a scout plane. Oh, whoops. Never mind. That is a bomber, alright. It doesn't show you the integrity. Oh no, screw that. Oh shit, I don't have fighters there. They won't make it. Alright, let's tactical this. Let's see what these are. Ah, Stukas. They look nice. Definitely would think the sound for the machine guns need to be replaced. Alright. Well, they're taken care of. Poor Stukas. I'll leave you up and flying. Actually, it's... Oh, really? You just gonna do that? You think you're just gonna walk away? Alright, you might be able to get away with that. At least they're strategic bombing. That is a battleship. If it appears here. So that's the patrol plane bug. Alright, so and they're trying to solve this one too. I think they have this one solved. You just need to change the patrol plane. Alright. Let's tactical this up. Yep. There they are. So let's just soften them up. So we'll go 4-4. And 1 at every merchant ship and just hope for the best. Alrighty. I do like that they added this, but I would have put this like doesn't get released till 44 or something. These are just their cheaper ones. But these this is probably going to go very badly for them. Yeah. Yeah, he's got some flooding issues. God, he might burn down over there. let's go to the merchant ship. All right, Great Britain, what you got? Ooh. I guess I can get a heavy cruiser. Ooh, I might be able to get a BC. Interesting. You know what? I'm gonna destroy the merchant ships. Hey, what's up? How you doing today? That looks like a good idea. Poor Italian. Just completely destroying the Italian and German Navy. And watching my boat go up a carrier, maybe? Not sure that's gonna happen. Nah, I'm just testing out this new mod. I mean, it's fun playing the, it's fun fighting the Axis boats, but the game needs work. I mean, it might be doable. I don't know about the level 5 airfield because of supply levels. Maybe if you're playing it on the easiest level, you get enough supply. Wait, they allow wildcats to kamikaze? You must be playing it on Tokyo Express, right? Oh, okay. Like in the Tokyo Express mod, I'm pretty sure you can kamikaze in that one. They give you the option as ordnance kamikaze. And the plane will just literally dive bomb into it. I've never actually used it, but I think I'm going to play this for a little bit longer till I kill the entire Italian Navy. And then I'm probably going to switch to the Chinese mod and see if that one's any fun. It just depends on how the plane replacement system works. Like in like Abdicom, I'd never do that because you'd never get you lose too many planes. Like making it cost 2 fuel and 2 supply for every plane you lose is rough. Like the mods make the game like I highly recommend playing Indian Ocean. That one's pretty fun. And then when you want Insano mode, play the East Indies and play the Allies. And then play it on realistic. I don't even think I can defeat it on Elite. It would be very difficult on Elite. I'd probably have to sit here and micromanage everything. Like it's basically you get down to the point where you're just hoping to damage the fleet enough to meet their threshold that they leave. Like sinking ships isn't even important at that point. And you're constantly having to like I was down to 2 airfields at one point. I can't believe I can't run into him. Where'd he go? That chicken. Here I am offering to fight. And then he just leaves. Yeah, like it got rough at some stages in Abdicom. It gets rough. The Japanese side's pretty easy. You just take troops and invade. I got the air patrol bug. Kind of horrible. So in the base game, you get the air patrol bug, don't you? Where all your air patrols just disappear. It's a pretty rough bug. I mean, it's survivable. It's just annoying. Alright, let's get this last one out. It's kind of funny, the longer I have this bug, the less air patrols I get. Alright, so that's another bug in the game. But eventually you'll get to a point where all your air patrols will just disappear. And then they'll turn back on. And then they'll disappear again. And then if you keep making, like, let's say Marcel's, let's say I had one plane doing a patrol, and then it disappeared. And then for 4 days I made patrols every day. When it pops back on, 4 planes will take off, even though I can only have 1. At one point I had like 15 planes coming from this one city. Not in this game, but that was Indian Ocean. It's a weird bug. The update that the developer made, that's what caused it, and they can't figure out what's causing it. The guy who does Indian Ocean mod and Abicom, he's talked with the person who makes the game, and they've been trying to figure it out, and they just can't. They just don't know what's doing it. He's trying to solve it on his own, though. It's a known bug. That's weird that German bombers just show up here, then they turn around. I think they're coming from Venice. Alright, send you back down that way. Yeah, that's the only real bug in the game that's real annoying. In the base game. In this one, there's lots of bugs. Like, I've got some invincible aircraft. The Germans have an invincible aircraft. For some reason, Malta won't make new planes. And several of my other airports won't make new planes. I've got the Lancasters that are like the hand of God. Those things are just insane. But yeah, so every day I have to redo my air patrols. Which, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Well, I mean, first off, they're indestructible. So the only way to lose one is to legit do strategic bombing. And then 14 1,000-ton bombs. Little much. Nah. I don't know if they'd die, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they have a 2-hit box. I'm sure I could crash them into the ground if I tried, though. So that's probably a possibility. I could probably crash them into the ground on purpose. Yeah, I think this game is probably for the most part over. Once they run out of ships, uh, the AI can't generate missions. So there's probably a couple subs running around, but it can't generate the patrol missions and the task force missions because it only has battleships and carriers to pick from. So I think I'm going to end up probably abandoning this game. It's one of the faults with the computer. Once you sync everything, there's nothing they can do. Like like merchant ships are unlimited, basically. Yeah. Well, and it's not as bad with the Japanese game. It's not as bad with the other game. The Japanese have a fairly large navy. Like Italy and Germany combined are probably less than half of Japan's. Like, I think Japan probably has more destroyers than the entire German and Italian Navy have ships. And that causes game mechanic issues because once you sink them all. So I think if this game is going to be a workable game, they're going to have to add like torpedo boats and patrol boats. And then they're probably just going to have to fudge some destroyer numbers and just add a whole bunch of real cheap. I'd probably pick the weakest German destroyer and multiply times 5. Uh, there's some paper ships here. They actually have a decent number of cruisers, per se. You got 2 of these classes. You got 4 Zaras, and that's it. So they got 6 heavy cruisers. Then Germans got 4 hippers, and that's it. So they got 10 heavy cruisers. And I think one class of the Americans has that many. And not as many as I thought, but Baltimore class 14. So, yeah, the Baltimores could literally probably just take on all the cruisers of the German and Italian Navy and win. Well, This is kind of boring. Uh, in this game, the Italians would win. Their battleships are like gods. Like, put it this way: in the game, any 10 10 Italian battleships are better than any 10 battleships the Allies can toss at them. I'll show you in a second why. Where's Italy at? So you have the Marco Polo class. 9 16-inch guns, 12 6-inch guns. So it's basically like 2 light cruisers, and then it's 24 6-inch guns, and then toss on, like, 4 destroyers. And look at the range. 49,000 yards. It can fire the entire tactical map. Or damn near close to it. And then this one, the Colombo class. How dare they? I live in the game. Here's the Colombo class. 16 15-inch guns. It's like a battleship and a third. Like most American battleships have 9 guns. So this has 7 more guns than an American battleship. And then they have 18 6-inch guns. So there's another 2 heavy cruisers. These guys, I was testing some battleship fights out with them, and they will just slaughter anything. Let me kill this. Oh, it's dark. Damn it. I hope they're not invading. Alright, they're not. They're just visiting. That's good. Yeah, those Italian battleships are pretty rough. They were planned battleships that never got made. But even they're like the Littorio class and the Francisco are still pretty decent battleships. So they put a bunch of paper battleships in the game just to add spice, I guess. So if it was planned, they made it. It is not fun. I've run into them before. And then I fought them just for fun. And it's just like, it's insane how much firepower that they bring. And it's really what really does it for them is actually their AA guns, because they're firing on if they're firing on one side, they're firing 9 6-inch guns at you, but they're also firing 12 4-inch guns at you, basically. So you've got 12 guns that are firing really, really fast, all firing HE, and they just start fires. You should see their AA. They got 24 guns, and machine guns are pretty brutal. Like, they put up. So the AA in here is improved. So the battleships probably have like 10 machine guns firing up at you at any given time. This is going to be interesting. I forgot these guys were out. I think a sub just decided to find them. So these are the incomparable class. It was a planned battleship. Those are 20-inch guns. Like let's say these are my battleships, right? And I'm going in a line. If the planes are flying across my line, they'll probably get shot down by the time they get past the third battleship. Yeah, these guys are pretty insano. 6 20-inch guns. And then they have 22 4-inch guns. They never actually got built, but he added them in. I always love the fact that all you have to do is hard right or hard left, and they'll never hit you. All right, I'm going to turn you guys back in. That was a mistake. But I get them back in 2 days, so who cares? All right, man, have fun. Well, those are such a weird looking battleships, man. Can you guys all follow that guy, please? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give this game up, though. I don't think it has any replay. Yeah, so the torpedoes are bugged. I've seen this before, where they're just sitting in the water. I wonder if I can hit them. Be honest, that can I see them? Uh, this is a science experiment. Will I run into their torpedoes? I thought you used to be able to click on them. So this is a type U-boat VC-41. Let's look at that. All right. Subs. So there's 24 of those. So the one that there's 92 of. And now let's look at the torpedoes. So they got Mark 15 torpedoes, right? Let's see what the other sub has. So the other class 7, the 7B, has the 14s. Or the GE13s. These are Mark 15 torpedoes, which kind of confusing. And then the other U-boat class, is there only 2 U-boat classes? So I think that this U-boat class is broken, and I think their torpedoes are broken. And that's why you get so many faulty U-boat attacks in this game. I wonder if their range is... It says 30 knots. And they look like they're moving. Well, so now I don't know if that's an effect from their, if you can see a propeller moving or not, or that's just an effect. But they are definitely not firing. There we go. That's a good one. Well, I think I'm going to end this here. Um, Overall, if you want to just kill German and Italian ships, the game has some merit. You can play the individual game, just attack ship after ship after ship. Pretty fun. But I don't think the game has a long range playability to it. Like, they're already out of ships and it's day 13. By like day 8 or 7, they only have like some battleships, a couple carriers, and the airfields are bugged. There's probably way too much command points and supply floating around. So it just needs a bunch of balance tweaks. But if you want to kill the Italian and Germans, this game's here for it. Overall, hey, I'll give the modder credit for bringing this all together. And I hope he can fix some of the problems, and I hope some people help him out to fix the other problems. But I think I'm going to move on to the China mod. Catch you later, all. Peace.